This is the David Lloyd Tennis School at intosport.com. In the game of tennis, every shot apart from the serve will be in response to a shot hit by your opponent the other side of the net. Understanding ball flight, bounce, and being able to tell the type of shot that your opponent has hit will help you move into the best position, select the right shot, and increase your chances of winning the point. In this guide, we're going to look at how to track and make contact with the ball. Let's start by looking at the basic ways a ball will be hit towards you. Most of the time, your opponent will hit the ball up and over the net, so the usual trajectory of the ball is an arc, with a similar distance on each side of the net. The alternative to this will be when the ball is hit down from the point of contact, for a serve, volley or smash. When this happens, you have less time to react. The next stage is to learn to watch your opponent and the way in which the racket moves as the ball is hit. The path, angle and speed of the racket will determine how the ball flies and bounces when it lands in your side of the court. Watch to see if the racket moves from low to high, and also how fast it moves. As you improve, the path of the racket will also tell you if the opponent has put spin on the ball. To slice a ball, your opponent has to make the racket move from above the contact height of the ball to slightly below it, while for a topspin ball, the racket must move quickly from low to high through contact. It's also important to watch the racket path when your opponent is serving. If you can learn whether it's a basic, slice, or topspin serve that's coming towards you, you can begin to work out how it will bounce and whether the serve will be to your forehand, backhand, or into your body. Now let's look at the bounce of the ball. When the ball bounces, it will usually come off the ground and move forwards towards you before dropping to the second bounce. You obviously need to hit it before the second bounce. It's easier to contact the ball either at the top of the bounce or just as it's falling for the second bounce. At this point, the ball is travelling more slowly. As you improve, you'll be able to hit an early ball when the ball is coming up off the ground and it's travelling quite fast. If you can do this, you take time away from your opponent. If your opponent hits the ball with spin, the flight path of the ball will change both before and after it bounces. Slice, which causes the ball to spin backwards as it flies, will make the ball stay low after the bounce and sometimes veer off to one side or the other. Whereas with topspin, the ball can fly higher over the net and bounces up more sharply. You can find out more about spin in our Introduction to Spin guide. So that's the basics of tracking ball flight and bounce. Let's recap. The ball will be hit to you either in an arc trajectory or hit down. Watching your opponent's racket will give a good indication of how high the ball will fly before and after it bounces. Aim to hit the ball at the highest point after the first bounce, or just after. And finally, spin will change the flight of the ball before and after it bounces. So now that you have ball flight covered, be sure to check out the other guides like footwork and movement at intosport.com. Intosport.com, the home of world-class sports coaching online.